Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 290 of the Brink of Sanity show. I am Jay, and with me is Mark and Bry.
What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Hello. I've had a shit night. You guys want to hear about my shit night?
No.
Okay, fine. Let's move on with the show then.
I suppose we're going to hear about it anyway.
Well, if you say no, I can't tell my shit night then. Bry, why do you... I know you're in Connecticut, but you sound really far away.
Oh, I don't know.
Now you sound fine.
All right.
Now you sound fine.
I moved the mic a little bit.
Yeah.
I thought maybe for effect you wanted to sound far away.
No,
Bry's distant, like his emotions.
that's right.
So what happened, Mark? Talk to us.
That's when I came home from work. So you know I employ a staff, right?
Yeah.
It involves my staff. I don't know if this is funny or not. I just know that this just happened, and I feel like you guys would be good people to talk to about it.
Okay.
So every day, so I have a nanny. Every day my wife leaves the notes for the nanny. And here is the note for today. And tell me what you guys think. There were some couple of notes about activities for them. Then it says, can you look for Morgan's headband? My daughter, Morgan, wears lots of headbands. The one she wore yesterday, white with flowers, she thinks she left it at Drew's house or wherever you were yesterday. If not, then maybe she left it at gymnastics. You can check.
That's a lot of superfluous chores to look for a headband.
Well, just to add in also, our kids at this point go to school. Like my daughter goes to school for 3 hours a day. My son's in school all day. So our nanny has at least 3 or 4 hours to herself every day. So we give her like things to look. But it's also she's responsible for the kids, and so we asked her. She asked her if you could find her headband.
Okay.
Do you see any big issues here?
I mean, I would be like, who gives a shit about this headband? But I guess
it's your job. Just pretend you understand that her job is to look after our kids. You're like, who gives a shit about your kids?
She's looking after your kids, not your headband collection.
I imagine the headband's part of. Imagine if she was wearing it yesterday and she was with her. That would be something. Everything.
Man, you rich people really are bitches.
Yeah. Do you understand what a nanny does? Do you understand that she watches after your kids?
Yeah, nanny does what you don't want to do, right? Isn't it?
That's not your kid. That's your headband.
It's something she wears. You understand that would be.
Was it her yarmulke or?
She wears a head. She's a girl. She has long hair. She wears headbands. Girls wear girly stuff, and so she didn't have it. She came home. My wife liked that headband, and so she asked her to look for it because she had her yesterday, and figures maybe she left it at one of the places they were yesterday.
We got a code red over here.
I'm not saying it's a code red. I'm not saying this wasn't part of how my life was. My night was awful. This was just the note my wife left.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming the note wasn't received well.
Oh, why? Yeah, no, it was received wonderfully, and now they're best friends.
End of story. That was great. I like happy endings.
It was. We're all going on vacation with us to get together now.
She's an official part of the family now.
So, do you see anything in that note that's like would be misinterpreted? Or so our nanny was deeply offended by this note.
Offended? So
it's also our nanny, like she goes on, like it's just as far as errands or anything. She does errands for us because she has this time in the day. We're paying her, so we've had her like do grocery shopping for us, return items for us. She's a bit of an assistant with like helping us with random tasks because she has some understanding that if you have 3 hours free during the day and if you aren't willing to do stuff, then you probably won't have a job very much longer.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't the fact that she was asked to look for the headband. That's totally fine.
Okay. It
was the part where it says, or wherever you were yesterday, the whatever part. She interpreted it as that being very flip. She was almost in tears. She said, why would you treat me this way? Do you not think... When did she start off? She started off with my wife. She said, you have a problem with me? Is there something I'm doing wrong? Why would you write such a mean note to me? And my wife said,
Wow.
what was
So she's
mean?
mentally unstable.
Well, that's what we're thinking. That's what my wife is thinking right now. Is that do we go forward with this? Is the same one that had makes sweet love to ghosts and worships Satan, which has been fine ever since then. We found that stuff out. I don't know.
You know, sometimes people really just overreact to stuff. When I was in high school, I was at my buddy's place, and it was me, him, and one of my other friends, and my friend's girlfriend. And so my buddy was like really sick. So we're like, all right, we're just gonna go, drive around or whatever, because in high school that's what you did. You drove around. And so me and my friend get in the car, and his girlfriend comes out, and she's like, can I come with you guys? And I said, sure, hop in. And her face dropped. She put her head down, and she slowly walked back to the house. And I asked my buddy, like, what the fuck was that about? And she said, oh, when you said hop in, she felt like you were treating her like one of the guys, and she, like, got offended. And I was like, it's your girlfriend. How was I supposed to treat her? Like, hey, baby, why don't you, like, I don't know.
Hey, sweet thing, get
Yeah.
get on my
Let
How
me
about my
hold the door
rod?
for you.
yeah. Like, what were you supposed to?
I
Like,
had no idea.
I would assume that she would want to be treated like one of the guys from, like, not from her boyfriend, but from his friends.
Right, like, we accepted you into the group, and we said, sure, hang out with us. Like, yeah, I
If
don't
you
know.
had said get in, would that been like okay? But the hop in, she was just like, that's too much for me.
I guess, like, put in that situation another, like, 20 times without being told what the offense was, I never would have figured it out.
If you that's the same thing with this note. I would never would have figured it out. If she went back inside and killed herself, how would you have felt at that point?
Um,
Her
I felt-
suicide note says, "I will only hop into death. Thanks, Jay."
I would have felt exactly the same as I do now. What kind of lunatic gets mad at the words hop in?
Would that haunt you? Let's just say that she really like that lost her mind and she killed herself. How much would and you're like, that's ridiculous. Would that still haunt you today? If someone just killed themselves over the dumbest thing you just did, you said.
I mean, you can't feel that bad about it if they're being that irrational, right?
If let's say we were like cats and you had 9 lives, no one else has 9 lives, just you.
Okay.
Would you use one of those lives to kill yourself over something really inconsequential just to fuck with someone?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think about that all the time, like random times, like that would just be like completely inappropriate to kill yourself. Like I was over like a couple weeks ago, I was over at my girlfriend's house, and like when I'm over there, she'd will like take care of me, like make me breakfast or whatever. So I'm sitting on the couch, and she brings over my cereal, and I'm eating it, and I finish it, and I go, she was standing behind me on the couch, so I just put the bowl over my head. And was like, more please. And she turned around and I was like, that'd be funny if I just shot myself right now while she was getting more cereal for me. Like just like a random time like that. Just, or if you're sitting there you're at someone's house and you're like, hey, can you get me a drink? And they go to the fridge and you just kill yourself like on the couch while they're getting a drink.
With a note in your lap that says took too long.
Yeah, I just think of like just completely inappropriate times to just do that. I'd be like, wouldn't it be funny if I just like slit my throat and she comes back with my cereal and I'm just dead?
Or you're at the office and somebody asks you to do like the most menial task.
Yeah.
Like you're in a car somewhere, you're like, okay, change the station, I'm gonna kill myself, and you actually go through with it.
No, I like this song. You just like throw it.
If I have to hear any fucking teeny bop shit anymore.
Or like I'm sitting at my desk and the receptionist is like, some client's on the phone for you, somebody I hate. And I'm like, tell him I'm dead. And then just boom. And she hears the gunshot over the phone.
You're like, it won't be the best use of my life, but it would prove the line at the bank is too fucking long if I killed myself at the bank.
I mean, if you had 9 lives, wouldn't you be tempted to just abuse the shit out of that?
Oh, I think the first 5 would be just fucking with people's like just emotional states. Yeah.
I feel like one of us would forget how many we used and just
Jay, you have to. Oh!
oh shit, that was my 9th. As I jump off a building for comedic effect.
Jay, you forgot about the time you killed yourself because your burger was not cooked well enough.
That's I love that idea.
Yeah. That should be our new. Can we make a business out of that?
Promising
So we will.
people 8 more lives.
We figured it out. You have 9 lives, and so go. Oh, you don't believe me? Kill yourself, and then you can ask me questions.
Yeah, if we're wrong, you get your money back.
If we're wrong, you'll never get to confront me about it. So here's the thing.
Okay.
Not that my story's done. So basically, she said. So then it got into my wife doesn't talk to her enough. She feels like my wife won't really communicate with her. Whereas I will say, "How were the kids today?" She will instead ask our kids directly, "What did you do today?" Ask our son or daughter, and she said, "Why do you ask them? Why don't you ask me?"
Does she want a friend? I
don't know. She seems a little emotionally.
Does your wife not talk to underlings? Is she above them?
In her emotional state, since she and I imagine she will never hear this podcast. It'll be awkward if she does. But since we met us, since she started working for us, her husband left her. So she's already a little more fragile from that.
Right.
But yeah, so she's like, and so our response was, first I said to her, "I think you're overreacting majorly to this note." And she said, "I don't think I'm overreacting." I'm like, "Well, you are. This is I don't know why we're telling you it was written in a very benign way, and your reaction is to somehow assume that we're trying to be mean to you. I think you're taking the wrong way." But so I said, "Well,
she must have taken it really bad when you told her your wife doesn't talk to minorities directly."
People from shithole countries.
Once Trump was elected, she figured she didn't have to talk to you anymore.
I miss this show. We have to be so proper on the next podcast.
Well, Jay, how do you know? Just by the way, why are you interpreting? How do you know my nanny's from a shithole country? I mean, she is according to Trump, but I'm just asking you, how do you know?
I'm going out on a limb that you're not.
Because most nannies are.
Yeah.
That's also, by the way, the whole Trump thing. Horribly said that, but everyone's like, besides the point of the fact they all live in shithole countries, we agree with the actual premise of what he's saying. Right. Not that they should be allowed here, just that the countries are shitholes.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to say that as president, but
right,
they are shitholes. Yeah.
No, I think they should be allowed here. I don't think that should prevent them from immigrating here, but I wouldn't disagree that some of these places are shitholes.
Oh no, they are shitholes. It's just when you're president, you're supposed to not make entire countries your enemy.
Well, that's why I didn't understand that the focusing on the shithole part. I think the focusing is that he just basically was saying, I don't want people from countries where their people are predominantly of not white coming here. That's what he said. That's the part I had the problem with. Especially when he gave the example of the most whitest country possible and said, why don't we have people from that white landia? So we said, well, we ask our kids what the day was like because we like to talk to our kids. So we just asked them. And then she said, why did you basically then got into this word whatever? She said, why did you say whatever? You could have just asked me where I was. And she goes, you can't, you're just going to take the kid's word, your daughter Morgan, she makes things up. And we're like, yeah, we understand Morgan doesn't always give us the perfect truth. When she said yesterday I was in Mexico, we didn't think you took them to Mexico. We understand she doesn't say, she's 3, not everything out of her mouth is the exact
Except she
truth.
Actually did take them to Mexico.
It would be weird if she was telling the truth all the time, because then it'd be really freaking crazy.
Maybe your nanny just took her to her grandma's house, and your daughter thought that was Mexico.
Yeah,
it's probably So she said that, and so my wife just said, "Well, it's not. I just wanted to know where the headband was. I wasn't accusing you of losing it. She's 3 years old. I understand headbands get lost."
This is way too much time and energy spent on this topic. I'm not talking about the show, in your life.
Oh my God! It was a 15-minute. It's really the reason the show started late, because we had to deal with this and then decompress from it and then get our kids to bed. And I haven't officially decompressed it. I had to talk to my wife about it also after.
Yeah, this
Because
is like
she's just
four
like
separate conversations. Like it's too much.
yeah, because she's just like if you went at work and said this to your boss would say that's interesting. Tell that to your new boss because you don't have a job anymore.
Right.
Like if you said to your boss, like your boss sent you an email saying, could you get what use the word whatever, and you said to him, I was deeply offended by your email. Would you still have a job?
I mean, I would definitely have a long visit with HR.
Yeah. Brian, do you think like this would be a normal thing to say to your boss?
Well, my office is very dysfunctional, so I could probably say anything I want to my boss.
Your boss would be like, yeah, no, I was saying you're an asshole. That's what I meant by whatever. Got it, Bri? And then you guys
Right.
hug? I don't know.
Yeah.
How's your office dysfunctional?
Well, it's a family law firm. So there's a father and two sons, and then the mother comes in every couple days and stirs shit up all day and then leaves. And it's just it's hard to explain.
Whenever there's family involved, it's
Yeah.
usually not a good thing.
Yeah.
What kind of law do they do?
Workers' comp, personal injury,
Oh, wow.
boring stuff.
Yeah. So, I don't even know where the story's going anymore. She just said, we basically had to talk her down from like, hey.
Did you ever find a headband?
Yeah, actually, she found the headband.
Oh.
Was it in Mexico?
No. She's not even Mexican.
Was it in her purse?
It was just at her friend's house. I mean, we were just like, she was like, could you just try to find this headband? That's all was the whole point of the letter. My wife's like, I can't really give her tasks to do if she's going to interpret every task as me telling her like to go screw herself. She's like, I don't really understand how she could be so deeply offended by just asking her where the headband was.
Simple. She's crazy.
Yeah, it seems like she saw this letter. She's the word whatever, I think, is what really like, because whatever sounds a little bit flippant or a little bit flip, whatever. And she's probably saw that and has been stewing over that letter the entire day and telling her friend, like, she talks to other nannies, she probably tells it in the worst. She's like, this woman doesn't talk to me, and she said this whatever. No, she sends me nasty. And my wife was just like, I talked to my kids. Sorry I don't spend more time talking to you about what my kids are doing. And she said, our nanny was like, don't you care what your kids are doing throughout the day? We're like, yeah. Up to this point, we thought you were doing a good job. If we were concerned, you wouldn't still be working here.
El gringos está loco.
Is this so? I don't need to go in the story too much longer. Is this the kind of story that would make you find someone else?
I don't know if I would fire her for that, but I would definitely that raised some red flags, and I would definitely keep an eye on this nut job.
Yeah, that was just like really, really. I don't need to have someone in my household who's that insanely sensitive. And she's like, Mark, he asked me questions about how the kids are, but you never do that. And I think it's almost like like how girls are extra sensitive to being insane. Like when if another girl doesn't talk to them enough, they immediately begin like start an entire fantasy of why this girl's trying to get them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's something like my wife doesn't have a lot of time, doesn't like spend a lot of time talking to her, and somehow like she takes that. The crazy thing is she gets paid well, has like such a good job in the whole world of like we can just be such worse bosses out there.
Well, maybe she'll find out soon.
Maybe. Okay, I don't have to stall our show, but
I got into a fight with an old lady.
Was it my nanny's mom? Go on.
So, my girlfriend has a car, and we rented out. Luckily, somebody on our block was renting out a driveway. So,
wait, you have a car like permanently?
Yeah, my girlfriend bought a car.
Why did she buy a car? Like, does she drive to work?
Sometimes.
Okay.
She got it when she was working in the Bronx because it was just easier to drive there a lot.
Okay.
And then it's good to actually have an option to not be stuck in the city, every single day of your life.
No, yeah. These cars, I only ask because cars are expensive. Go on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, parking is insane here, but luckily a guy like 3 buildings down, put up a sign that he's renting out his driveway. So we took him up on that.
Oh, how much was it?
150 a month.
It's pretty good for New York City.
Yeah. I mean, I know a couple of people's jaws just dropped, but for New York City, that's actually really good.
We had a car right before we left the city. We had a.
That's like an hour of parking if you go to like Manhattan.
Yeah, if you want to park in Midtown, that's a couple hours.
I think we rented a space for $350 a month, just for like a month. We had like an overlap between when we were moving and we needed the car, and it was $350 for a month. Like, and that was a good deal still. So 150 is great.
Yeah. So it snowed a couple weeks ago, and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna shovel the driveway so she can get out. So
do you own a shovel?
No.
Wait, does she have a shovel? I guess
Yeah, she has a shovel. So to the right of the driveway is another driveway, and to the left of the driveway is sidewalk.
Wait, another driveway.
Sidewalk.
It's one big driveway.
Okay.
No, there's driveways to the right, and there's sidewalk to the left. So I'm shoveling and I'm putting the snow on the left. And
is there grass between the driveway and the sidewalk? Like I'm not picturing where this the sidewalk, the driveway ends and the sidewalk starts.
Well, just imagine the building to the left doesn't have a driveway in front of it. Not every building, like if you're going down the street.
Yeah, I can kind of see. Okay, because not every. Okay, go on.
Most apartment buildings don't have a driveway in front of it.
How far is this from you? I know what your place looks like. How far is it from?
So it's like between, like the corner by the subway has a Burger King on it. So it's like halfway between my apartment and the Burger King.
There's a driveway? Okay.
The last 4 apartment buildings on that street have driveways.
Okay.
And all the ones before it don't.
Brian, we're going to have a reunion anytime soon at Jay's place?
Yeah, if I could park my car in the driveway.
I don't think after this story you can. Go on.
Okay, so
keep going, Jay.
So I start shoveling and putting the snow in front of the sidewalk because I'm not going to block somebody else's driveway. So
so what are your options for the snow? You're shoveling snow off the driveway. Your options are
to
just
put it on the sidewalk, or that's it, because you can't block another person's driveway, and it's illegal to throw it in the middle of the street. So my only option is to put it on the sidewalk with no driveway.
Okay. Is she going to argue that you like there's supposed to be a path on the sidewalk and you're preventing there from being a path?
No.
Okay.
No, this was not blocking a path. There was a path.
Did you lose this woman's headband? Is that the issue?
So the lady runs out of her house and she says, "Don't put snow there." And I said, "Why?" And she says, "I don't want snow in front of my house." And I said, I can't put it to the right. There's another driveway. And she started yelling and she starts pointing at me. And she's like, "Don't you put snow in front of my house." I'm like, "Lady, why do you even care that there's snow in front of your house?" And she starts tapping her head like, "What, are you stupid?" I said, "No snow in front of my house." And I just got mad because it's cold. I'm shoveling. I don't want to deal with this. And I started pointing back at her. And I'm like, "Oh, lady, go back in your house. I don't want to deal with this shit." And so we're screaming at each other.
Jay, did you actually say, "Old lady, go back in your house"? Because I feel like that should have just calmed the situation right there. She should have just said, "You're right. I'll go inside."
She came out screaming. It's not like she came out and said like, "Hey, could you not put your snow there?" She came out and she was yelling, and I was already pissed off.
Would it have been an appropriate time if you said, "Old lady, go back in the house"? Would it have been an appropriate time for her to kill herself? Just to use one of her 9 lives?
I would have given her props if she did that.
That would have been pretty good use of a 9 life.
That would have been pretty good. That would have been pretty good. But yeah, I was like, "Lady, why do you even care if there's snow in front of your house? There's snow everywhere." And she's like, "How am I supposed to get rid of it?" I'm like, "You don't have to get rid of it. Nature will get rid of it."
You should try praying, actually. I bet if you pray really hard in 48 hours, it'll be gone.
Like a day later, it was 50 degrees and all the snow was gone. I was like, "Wow, what a coincidence."
But you also did you point out to her there was snow already in front of your house, and she's not up there like raising her fist to God, being like, God, why do you put snow in front of my house?
Well, first of all, the sidewalk isn't even her property. She just didn't want to look out her window and see a slightly higher pile of snow than was already there.
So here's the question. So there are more than one driveway. There are other driveways.
Yeah.
Where are other people putting snow when they're shoveling?
There was gaps. So say like there's 2 buildings with driveways.
Okay.
And then like a space, and then 2 more buildings with driveways. So the person with the spot to the right of me could have put their snow to the right, and then the next, place could have put the snow to the left.
I guess is everyone what you're doing what everyone else is doing? Like,
Yeah.
are you doing anything?
Yeah, no,
weird?
She's being a crazy old lady. That's
Okay. You just called her old lady. Go back in her house.
Mhm.
Some reason that has not calmed the situation. What happens next?
So we yell back and forth for a while, and then I just stopped shoveling, and
Okay.
and then she goes back into her house, and then she comes out I'm standing there trying to figure out what to do, and she comes out like every 2 minutes to like check on me to see what I'm doing.
That's what old people do.
I'm like discussing it with my girlfriend. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna walk like 30 feet between each shovel to shovel snow like 3 driveways down.
It's also you're trying to wait her out, not realizing she'll just do this till she dies.
Right. Well, what I'm trying to do is shovel 1 or 2 shovels of snow because it's kind of a busy street. Have
Yeah.
the cars run over it so it melts because you're not allowed to make a pile of snow in the street.
Oh, you're putting it in the street now.
I'm trying to because it's illegal to put in the street, but I figure if I just do 1 or 2 shovels,
What?
have
Here's
a
the
couple
question.
cars run it over, have it disappear, and then do a couple more, I could do this.
Why are you shoveling this driveway again?
Because my girlfriend's car is snowed in.
Okay,
So everyone's responsible for shoveling out their car? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you have to is it your responsibility to shovel this driveway, or you're just trying to solely get her car out?
I think most people who have a driveway own that driveway, so
Look, I have a house. I own a driveway. I have to shovel the driveway. You don't
Yeah.
own the driveway. You're renting the space. Is
Yeah.
it your? My question is your responsibility to shovel the driveway? I mean, could you have just taken the snow, moved it to some other place in the driveway, like just the side, and just gotten out and just
no,
said,
it's too tight. It's too tight a space.
okay. Is there a car next to you, or just you're just one
Yeah,
car? And
Like I said, it's like a double driveway. So directly to the right is another driveway. So I can't put it to the right.
you could put it in. You could put the snow because you're just trying to clear out the snow from behind your car, so you could back it out.
Right.
Could you move the snow in front of the car? I mean, it doesn't clear the driveway, but who gives a fuck? It's not your driveway's not your responsibility.
No, it's not a terribly big driveway. So like
Is the driveway bigger or smaller than your car? Because right now it sounds like it's smaller than the actual car.
it's bigger, but not by much. Like there was not enough room to like put all the snow from behind the car to the front of the car.
Okay, so now you're kind of like Tim Robbins from Shawshank, trying to get rid of the dirt. Go on.
Yeah. So eventually, what I decided on was I was just gonna make a 1 foot super high pile between the 2 driveways because that was my only option, really.
Okay, so there's 1 foot between the. Oh,
Yes.
well, this is the opposite side of the old lady.
Yes.
Why did you try putting all the snow in her house?
I
Yeah.
was tempted to just put it in front of her house and just say, "What are you going to do? Call the cops." And if it snows again, I will probably do that because I'm allowed to put the snow there. She's just being an asshole. So if it snows again, it'll be a part 2. I'm just gonna put the snow in front of the house and tell her to shut the fuck up and call the cops.
If you end up in jail from this, Bri, can you take over the recording duties for the show?
I could try.
How funny
Yeah,
would
this-
that be? What are you in jail for? I shoveled snow on the sidewalk.
That's cool. Double murder. So we're cellmates.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll be best friends.
Yeah. Why don't you tell me again how you shoveled the snow in the wrong place, and then I'll tell you how I ate my victim.
How I carved my victim's eye out with a spoon.
Yeah. It's just like how I wore my victim's face for a week. uh, so you start shoveling this side. You're probably putting it in the middle. Then what happens?
Not much. While I'm putting it in the middle, the lady comes out like 3 or 4 times just to make sure I'm putting it in a spot she approves of.
Did you think about getting an extension cord and bring a hairdryer out there?
She left her, you know, her door open, so it was like the glass door was the only one shut. So when I left, I stopped in front of her building and I blew her kisses and waved her goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you're best. Have you seen her since?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
okay.
But next time it snows.
You know what would be a great idea? Bri, just Jay, don't listen for a second. Next time it snows, we put all the snow in front of her house and leave a note that says, "Screw you, love Jay."
I would shovel snow for that.
Would you drive the 2 hours in the middle of the night to do that? Just
In a snowstorm? Sure.
just, and then we can videotape the whole thing.
The Brink reunion just is all about just getting me in trouble with an old lady.
Jay, you know how you got it? Jay, you know how you got in a fight with that old lady and you ended up murdering her? Well, we got you.
And if she catches us, we just kill ourselves.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice story you got there.
Brad, do you have any stories, or should we go to questions?
No, I don't. Nothing's really exciting has happened to me lately.
All right. LV writes, what?
No, go.
Okay. Our email is.
Oh, can I give you one quick thing I've been mentioning? I wanted to say also, quick kid thing. Then I'll be done. I want to tell you my son and my daughter's discussion on God. Do you guys want to hear it? I don't care if you don't. I don't care if you don't want to hear it.
Okay.
So my daughter, she goes to a preschool that's at a synagogue, and so every once in a while she'll like say like randomly like throw out a Jewish statement, or like randomly she'll be eating dinner and she'll say, "Daddy, do you know God forgives?" I'd be like, "Yeah, finish eating your food." So she's talking about. She said, "What was it?" She's been saying. She said, "Dad, God is everywhere." And so my son said, "Well, if God's everywhere, that means he's on the grass and I walk on him." I went there, he's not on the grass. You said he's on the grass. You said he's everywhere. So I stop him when I walk on the street, and I'm stopping on God. She got really upset.
That sounds like a lot of fun to deal with on a daily basis.
There's a lot of tension in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually no one made. They didn't make the logical jump that if God's everywhere, he's in your butthole. But they talk about buttholes a lot, so I thought that jump would have been made. God's everywhere. He's in your butthole. Seems like it's logical. Like, can't really argue with that if you're going to believe the first statement.
True.
Okay.
There
really isn't that much tension in my house, but having kids is tension. Go on.
So our email is thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Our Twitter is brinkofsanity3, and we are on Patreon too. So if you want to support the show, patreon.com/
Yeah, what's the if you do like there's certain like goals you reach. Like if you donate $1 a month on Brink Patreon, the show will go away for 6 months.
Patreon.com/ thebrinkofsanity. Both of our Patreons have left, so awesome.
We got Patrons, then we responded by not doing shows, and they left because the bonus content consisted of nothing happening.
Well, I mean, there's still almost 300 free episodes. Anyway,
Since there hasn't been a show in a while, Jay, what's going on with the CPA? Have you given up on that and you're just a cryptocurrency guy now?
February 6th, I get a grade. So if I pass, I am halfway done.
So how many have you taken so far?
All of them.
I mean, how many times have you taken them?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, sounds like things are going well.
If I pass this one, I will be 2 for 7.
I thought you were going to be 2 for 5.
No, 2 for 7.
You've taken 6 of them already?
Yeah.
Okay,
One of
we
them I
should-
took without the course, which was basically just a waste. That one shouldn't even count.
What did you get on that one?
45. You can't pass without the course.
Okay.
My
And then,
friend
like,
tried it without the course. He got a 34.
And Bri, you've passed on already, right? You got your CPA.
I took them all the same day and I passed them.
And did you take the course, Bri?
No.
Okay. But you're teaching the course now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So how much more time do you have, Jay? Because the clock's ticking, right?
Yeah, I have till the end of 2018.
Oh.
What will you do if you haven't passed by the end of 2018? I know you don't want to talk about this, but
Eventually, we're gonna have to talk about this.
maybe on December 30th next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it.
So that's the clock basically.
Jay's hoping his Cardano will kick in by then.
Yeah, we're not retaking tests that I already passed.
Is it Cardano or Cardano?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never heard anyone pronounce it. So.
I call it Cardano.
Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. It could be like I've been calling it Ethereum. It could be Ethereum. The fuck do I know? So if it hits 2019, you haven't passed all four, you're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crazy thing is, if I say I pass the one I just took and I pass the next two, I will be
That's
4 for 9, which is a 44% pass rate, which is actually above average because there's a 40% pass rate.
Oh. Okay, so if you go from here,
So all you have to do is go 3 for 3
3 for 3.
when
so,
you've been 1 for 7.
Yeah. But I already took, like, I feel good about the one I took, and the other two I already have taken, and I got a 66 and a 65. So
Don't they all change now because Trump got rid of all the taxes for rich people?
no, I think I have to take them before July 1st.
do they change or like are it? So you're gonna have to know the new tax laws for after July 1st in theory.
If they're really new, they usually give you like a 6-month buffer, but like whatever changed, like Obama's last year, I'll probably have to know if I'm still taking these July 1st.
Can't you for like corporate tax stuff post Trump have every answer be I am a corporation, look at my balls.
I'm a
Right.
simple genius.
Okay, so back to questions. brinkofsanityshow.com is our website too if you want to check that out.
What's your crypto coin update, by the way? Have things gone well, not well? Because since last show, and I don't want to spend too much time on crypto coin, I have invested in the altcoins. I am now invested in Cardano and Stellar Lumens, and I have sold off my Litecoin because Litecoin is just fucking awful. Now that I've said that, Litecoin will go through the roof.
No, it won't. You made a good move.
I 100% handed over my investing decisions to Jay there, and Jay said sell Litecoin, and then I asked him, well, should I just split the money between Cardano and Stellar? And Jay said that sounds like a good idea.
Well, and since then, Cardano's gone up about 15%, Stellar's gone up about 20%, and Litecoin went up about 2%. So far you're doing good.
No, that's a pretty good. I also have, because I couldn't use all my Bitcoin, so now I have 0.0002 Bitcoins.
I think I have like 0.00001 Bitcoin.
I couldn't figure out how to spend it. Like I was trying to find another smaller coin I could use it with, and I couldn't figure it out. And
There's like minimum transaction amounts.
Right. That was the part. I couldn't figure out why until I realized there was a minimum transaction amount. I couldn't figure out why I still had Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I have 5 cents worth of Bitcoin in my Coinbase account.
I also saw an article about a 19-year-old who's now has like $4 million in Bitcoin, and he was giving financial advice to people, like telling people like you should find something you really like doing in life. And I wanted to beat the crap out of him.
His advice is buy Bitcoin when it's $5.
Yeah, so he made extra money when he was 12 years old and invested in Bitcoin because any other decision you make spending your money when you're 12 years old, people think you're a fucking moron or just like whatever. But he got to get lucky and invested in like what now is gold, basically.
Well, I hope that's us with Cardano.
I hope so too. It would be pretty cool if it goes up. It has to go up a lot though. But you think like Cardano or Stellar or one of the other coins will become like worth $10,000 one day?
No. I think Cardano will be worth a couple hundred, which might be all I need to be a millionaire.
I mean, I wouldn't be a millionaire, but I'd be very happy with that return.
I think I need Cardano to turn into like $300 to be a millionaire, something like that.
Wow. I mean, that's also, it's at 50 cents or 60 cents, so it's kind of far from there. But it's not, when you say that, it almost sounds like Jay might be a millionaire by the time 2019 happens.
I mean, it's not like that unreasonable considering, Bitcoin's 11,000, Ethereum's 1,000. Like, asking for something to be 300 isn't that crazy.
I mean, at one point, Ethereum was worth 30 cents, and now it's up to $1,000. So, like,
Do you know 12 months ago, Ethereum was $40?
I was actually looking at the year, like the charts from like 1 year ago. It's yeah, that would have been pretty cool if I invested then.
Yeah. 2 years ago, Ethereum was where Cardano is. So I'm hoping in 2 years, Cardano is now where Ethereum is.
Yeah, I mean,
And if that happens, I am a multimillionaire.
I don't really know why this stuff would go up. I don't know why it would go down. I have no real idea. But I'm going to follow Jay's advice.
Right now, LV has blue balls because we've been trying to read his email for like 20 minutes. So I'm going to
Okay, dude, go.
Got a few questions for your show. Bri, you don't live in New York, so just wondering, how and why did you become a Mets fan?
So I live in Connecticut. It's close enough.
Bri can get to Shea Stadium in under 2 hours, and there's no Connecticut baseball team.
Yeah, there's no. Your options are like you have to be a Met fan. I mean, you have the New York teams, but you can Boston teams also. I imagine.
Yeah, I could have been a Red Sox fan, a Mets fan, or a Yankee fan. When I was a little kid, the Mets were good, so I was a Mets fan.
Yeah, and we lived in Boston. We realized how annoying Red Sox fans are.
I was gonna say you could like I could be a Met fan, a Yankee fan, or an asshole.
Yeah.
Brian and I had a college radio show, and when we weren't getting enough callers, we would just read a box score of the Yankees beating the Red Sox over and over again, and we would watch our phone line light up. It was pretty funny.
Oh, hey, by the way, do we record this live anymore? Is there a live room anymore?
Not yet.
Because Alex asked about it on Twitter.
No, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay. Sorry, Alex.
This is actually Josh. This one's for all three of you. What's the dumbest thing your significant other has gotten upset with you about?
Pretty much everything I do.
Yeah, narrowing this down to one is going to be like.
Really I know I have really good examples. I mean, what's a good thing that you've been mad at me about lately?
For me, it was probably like last weekend. We got into a huge blow up, and it was like we're watching a TV show, and like 3 or 4 times during the show, she asked me to like get up and get something, and I like made a face during like the 4th time, and it turned into this huge fight. And I was just like, couldn't you have just told me everything all at once instead of like. Like, I had a long week at work. I'm stressed out. Like, I just want to sit down and relax for a few minutes. I don't want to jump up and down every 5 seconds and, turn into like, fine, I won't ask you for something ever again, because that's the game they play.
Right.
I'm sure you guys can relate to statements like that.
Yeah. I think I've had good lately. She was just annoyed at me that I don't, like, when I take like my daughter somewhere, she'll always want me to take like basically potty covers, like basically like something to put on the toilet seat, so my daughter doesn't sit directly on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just never take them or ever use them. And it's just like it's dirt, it's germ infested. I'm like, yeah, I just don't agree with you.
I mean, what's wrong with just putting toilet paper on the toilet seat? Why do you need a special thing?
You're correct. I don't do that either, though.
Well, I'm sure you don't. I mean, you don't wash your hands when you pee, so.
I do that 50%. I wash my hands as often as you pass the CPA exams.
I think about that often when I see you and we shake hands.
Are you more disturbed if you shake someone's hand after someone comes in the bathroom? Are you more disturbed if their hand is wet or their hand is dry?
I think dry.
Yeah, your inclination is to be more disturbed when their hand's wet, but their hands. That means they wash their hands.
I'm
Yeah,
really
it's not
bad.
like they pissed on their hand and then they're walking out shaking hands.
I'm
That'd be a
really bad
weird
at
amount of-
drying my hands, like really bad. So like my hands are always soaking wet when I come out of the bathroom.
I dry my hands a lot of times on my pants. Also, is that like not
No,
appropriate?
I do that all the time too.
Okay, like
That's
I
probably
even
why
like
I suck at drying my hands. I wash my hands and then I like touch my pants twice and then I come out of the bathroom. So
and I have kids. I make my kids wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. But then like if I can't find a paper towel, I'll just like dry your hands on my pants. I don't care.
and last question. Last one is for Jay. What is your opinion on loot boxes? Feel free to explain these to Mark and Bry since I'm banking they have no idea what they are. We talked about them a little bit last episode. Bry, do you know what those are?
No, I never heard of it.
They're completely insane.
It's basically trying to teach kids about gambling. So, say you have a video game. It's are you familiar with like Call of Duty, Bry? Where it's like a World War II.
I mean, I know what it is. I've never played
Can I-
it. but-
Can I
it's-
explain just based on last show? Let's see if I understand this.
Okay, sure.
So let's say you're playing Call of Duty. Let's just say you're playing Contra. You know what Contra is, right? You'll find a box, and the box you pay $2, you could get what's in the box, and the box might have something cool like a cooler gun you could carry, or something else, but you won't know unless you pay the $2. And people are paying the $2 to get these boxes. Is that?
Yeah, it's a pretty good explanation. A lot of times it's just a different color for your gun, or a different.
I knew it had to be a video game thing.
Yeah. So basically, they charge. It's usually like $1 a crate. You have a chance of getting a really rare thing, but usually, it's very common.
Let me ask you, in what situation in the game, like, does it come up? Like, is it like mid-action, like the game pauses, or do you have to you find the loot boxes?
No. It's before you play the game. So like, you turn the game on, and it says like, enter multiplayer game, or check out these boxes. And so you go, what's in the box?
Do you always have the option to get the loot box? Like, is it always something you could always do before you start playing, or is it only in certain boards?
Nope. Every time you turn it on, there's a separate section of the game. It'll be like single player mode, multiplayer mode, and then it'll be like items.
Is it like real money you have to pay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, we're talking about real money. Go on.
So you pay $1.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You pay
Yes.
$1 and you get like 3 things from the box, and it's usually like your shirt's blue, but this one's red, or your gun has like a decal you put on it, or whatever.
Is it ever a book on home economics?
People spend thousands. I'm not even joking. Thousands of dollars on this. You spend $60 for a game, and people spend thousands of dollars trying to get rare outfits and things for their gun.
Can
People
I
are fucking stupid.
take what I get from there, like a rare item, and then sell it to other people, like it's a Bitcoin? And I'm not making. Like, I'm just trying to understand. Can you like trade these things for money from other people? Can you sell them?
Some games you can, some games you can't. Some games
You were talking about something about like a kitty. Something last show about how people were selling what they were getting.
Yes, that was CryptoKitties, which was cryptocurrency. You spend your cryptocurrency on online cats, and some of them are really rare, and people were selling them for hundreds of dollars. So
But it's
basically
on the
loot
face of
boxes with cryptocurrency. Yeah.
but on the face of it, is the crypto kitty any dumber than Ethereum or anything else? All these things aren't being used for anything.
I think at some point, the idea is that there'll be actual uses for
No,
cryptocurrency, but there will never be use for a CryptoKitty.
right. Well, I'm just saying there's no existing use for the existing right now. The crypto kitty and Cardano have the same use.
No, because there's some like technology with Cardano, like other coins are being built using Cardano technology.
Well, I guess like the technology, like just on the face of it, you're not using it as currency. You're not buying
You're not using it
with
as
Cardano.
currency, but the Cardano technology is going to be working on atomic swaps, which is where you can trade currency for other currencies. So you could like sell a Cardano and buy stellar lumens with it. And right now you have to go through like Ethereum or Bitcoin. So if that actually happens, then Cardano is going to explode.
Well, my understanding, and this is just an article I read earlier, but that CryptoKitty is also being used for atomic swaps, and it's a race to see which technology is better.
And anyway, the loot crates are a huge thing, and now every game's trying to do something like that. And I can't blame the makers of the games for putting them in, because people spend literally thousands of dollars on them. But I think the people who do are idiots.
I don't understand why they even charge for the games anymore. Just give them away free because people are this stupid to like. But isn't that actually a lot
They
of
do that
online?
a lot. Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, aren't there-
Phone games do that. Freemium games.
Like all those games, like the everyone's getting them for free and then paying for all the premium stuff in the games.
Yeah. The problem is that's starting to creep over into the legit like Xbox games.
I mean, the problem is that people even do that in the first place.
Yeah.
So if you do not do the loot boxes, does your enjoyment of the game, is there anything you can't do in the game because you don't do it? Like you can't beat the game. Is it games that you're playing against other people, or is it games you're just going on missions?
Most games it has no effect. There's a game or two where you'll actually get like a better weapon and have an advantage over everybody else, but those are shit games.
What if you were playing Super Mario Brothers and the only way to get fireballs was to pay for a loot box? Would you do it?
No, I don't. I only play games where if I buy the game, I have the game. If I have to like pay extra money to get stuff, then I don't get the game.
But then you can't. Then you have to play Super Mario Bros. Without the fireballs. Then
I don't play Super Mario Brothers.
Well, you have to. In my scenario, you have to play Super Mario Bros. Every day until you die. Okay, go next. Let's go next question.
Well, a lot of games will be like you can get the fireballs, but you have to like jump on a Goomba like 700 times to get a fireball. So like they say like you can get everything, like you don't need to pay, but you have to spend like 20 hours of your life to get it.
Oh, like those contests where you don't have to pay to enter, but no one that has not paid has ever won.
Right.
By the way, did you read the November 17th email, or are you going to save that for next show?
That was the November 17th email.
That was a good email.
We're on. Yeah, it was. Thanks, Josh. We are on January 17th now. Lorenz writes, "Hey guys, are you buying your cryptocurrency outright or in some other way? After you first mentioned it months ago, I was super keen to buy $1,000 of Ripple, but the two sites I signed up to all talked about leverage or some shit, and I was unsure about it all and didn't want to lose my house over it, so I stayed put. Just found a more simple site. Now I just have to wait a week for verification."
I think that sounds like more like what we're doing.
Yeah, we all bought Ethereum or Bitcoin with Coinbase, and then we transferred it to either Bittrex or Binance.
Yeah, actually transferring it to Binance was actually pretty easy. I thought it would be harder. I had Brian Jay to walk me through it, like holding my hand, and it was pretty easy. The leveraging it sounds like borrowing money to buy seems like a pretty bad idea.
Yeah. Only play with what you can afford.
Brian's like, but I put all my money for my condo in it.
Hey, I put $1,000 in. I got my $1,000 out. So
if you basically took a mortgage out on your condo and invested it, you'd be actually like rich right now, though.
I guess.
But probably in the world where you did that, you'd probably be broke. But
yeah.
All right. Paul writes, top 5 celebrity crush hall passes.
Sweet. Should we instead of one of us saying 5, should we go?
Yeah.
Let's take turns.
Yeah, round table.
Mila Kunis, whatever.
She is my number 3.
I not have them ranked, but she's on my. They're all 5 of them. I want them to feel like they're all number 1 in my book.
Such a sweetheart.
I should have read the question so I had time to think about this. Now I have to be put on the spot.
You're on the spot, and don't accidentally say Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Jay, why don't you go first?
Second. Well, Mila was also on mine. So
Alright.
my number 5, I'm torn. It's either going to be Charlize Theron or
Eh.
Chloe Grace Moretz.
I don't know who that is.
No one. It's the other 4 people on your list going to be people we have not heard of.
I already told you Mila Kunis was on my list.
I know, but you always have these obscure, like, she was on the Game Show Network for 12 minutes that one time in 1987.
She was in Neighbors 2. She was in, well, she was real young in Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass
They made
2.
a Neighbors 2?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Was Neighbors 1 good?
I never saw it.
But you saw Neighbors 2, apparently.
No. Have you seen the Kick-Ass movies?
No, but I was just saying, how do you know she was in? I saw it. Wait, the 12-year-old girl from Kick-Ass is the one that you're like on your list?
She's super hot now. She's not 12 anymore.
But is this the 12-year-old version of her or the adult version?
No, the adult version.
Okay, that's cool. Are you a? Yeah. By the way, what was the story of the gymnast doctor who molested 150 women?
I didn't hear about that.
Brian, you know what I'm talking about?
I saw the headline, but I didn't really pay much attention to
I
it.
haven't paid much attention, but this guy apparently he was this known doctor for gymnasts, and 150 women testified against him for having molested them. You would think at some point they would have caught on prior to 150 being reached. His Yelp page must be pretty bad. 1 star molested me. 1 star molested me. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Rate My Professor page is probably really bad.
but he takes my insurance, and not everyone does. So we'll see how it goes.
Brad, do you have a number 5 yet?
I got kind of a left field one. An older chick, Diane Lane.
I used to have, when she did the Unfaithful movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hang on, I gotta look up who she is. Who is
She's
she?
hot.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
She's 53 years old.
Yeah.
She looks all right for 53.
No, she does. What was she in?
When she was like 43, she was amazingly hot.
She was in Unfaithful. Watch that movie.
Yeah, watch Unfaithful.
Okay, I don't know that movie. Is there another movie that I might know?
Just watch Unfaithful.
She was Mark Wahlberg's wife in the Fisher movie, where they all
The Fisher King?
The Perfect Storm.
Okay.
What else was she?
I have the IMDb page. There's nothing I really know about her movie.
Jumper was a really good movie. She was in that.
Okay. So my next one will be. Do you guys watch Shameless?
No.
No.
The girl from Shameless. I forget her name, but she's on my list.
So Mark's number 4 is a girl's name who he forgets.
Emmy. Well, why do I have to remember? It's not like the fact that I don't remember her name is the difference between me and getting her or not. Emmy Rossum.
Emmy Rossum?
Rossum. I mean, her main thing, she's been on 8 seasons of the show, but she's not known for anything else.
Okay.
But she's very hot.
Not from the picture I saw.
Okay, well, sorry. I can't. We can't all choose women that are 53 years old.
Do you have another one, Bri?
I'm thinking.
Wait, Jay, isn't it your turn?
Well, Bri's only said one. I've already
Jay,
said.
just say another one, Jay.
Number 4 for me is Emma Stone.
Ugh. I do not get that. I don't understand why people like her.
I don't know. There's just something about her.
Yeah, I don't really see this one either. She's fine. In real life, if you got her, I'd be like, oh, forgetting that she's famous. In real life, you brought that girl, I'd be like, oh, she's a top girl, but I don't think she's hall pass worthy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about her.
I'd say the Australian girl from the movie Hall Pass is much better than her.
Again, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you see the movie Hall Pass?
No.
Do you even know what a Hall Pass is? I know it's not. I know the movie didn't come from the movie, but you didn't see the movie was pretty funny actually.
You name you don't know who anybody is, and then you name a movie that 4 people saw.
Bri, did you? Bri,
I know of the movie, but I didn't see it.
Okay. Well, anyway, it's a solid movie. It's a solid. You named Neighbors 2.
Yeah, I know.
Talk about obscure references. Hall Pass was a big enough comedy that a lot of people have seen it. It was where it's if it's a Saturday afternoon and it comes on TV, you should watch it. It's pretty funny.
Nikki
It's not
Whelan?
hilarious.
I'm trying to think who's in that movie.
There's a woman that basically the woman that he wants to cheat on his wife with is the Australian woman.
It's got to be
just-
Nikki Whelan.
It probably is.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily putting her on my list. I'm just saying she's much better than Emma Stone.
Why don't we talk about who's on your list?
I have to think of it, Jay. I need my turns. Like they did 2 people already.
I'm gonna have to steal one of Jay's and go Charlize Theron.
Yeah, it's not on my list. Okay,
You don't
Jay.
even have a list.
I have 2 people.
All right. Well, we've already been through 3 of mine. Do you want me to go to another one?
My list, mine are all old women.
I'll give you one that's old actually, but like she's getting old. But the girl from Weeds, the main character.
Never watched that either.
I just love how Mark's list consists of 0 people he knows the name of.
I don't know anyone. What if I said the First Lady? Would that be a good one? Mary Louise Parker is her name.
Oh yeah.
What if I did
know you
the?
just Googled that.
Obviously. What if I suddenly remembered that name? What if I said the First Lady? Would that be a good one? Because that'd be like forgetting like she's the most attractive First Lady we've had. And if you nailed her, that'd be fucking amazing. And Trump would probably have you killed, but.
All right. My number 2 is Sarah Hyland.
No.
Why do I know that name? Oh, is that the chick from Modern Family?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I was gonna say the mom from Modern Family,
She almost made the list.
the blonde one.
Yeah, the blonde.
Wait, how
Yeah.
old is she? She is
She's
20.
27.
Oh yeah, she is. She
Yeah,
looks
that
really. No, the reason is I looked at her on IMDb. Her picture looks pretty young. How old was she when she started the? She's still one of the kids in the show.
Yeah. Well, she was like 18 or 19 when the show started.
That show's been on a long time.
But she played like a 13-year-old when the show started. But she was 18.
Okay, I mean like 90210 style. No, she's very attractive. Wait, so I have a question for you, Jay.
Mhm.
There's someone. Well, she might be your number one. Is Olivia Munn your number one?
Yeah.
Okay, or else she's really offended. She's like, "What the hell happened, Jay?" Like,
Yeah. No, absolutely my number 1.
who else you got on your list, Bri? I don't like Jay's list. Who do you else you got? I can't think of who else I'd have.
I always found this for a black chick. I always found Kerry Washington pretty sexy.
Yeah, she's pretty attractive. I'm gonna include I'm gonna put the First Lady on my list. Just
Nobody else from Showtime.
It's really just for shows I watch, I guess.
You don't like my list, but your list has 4 people, and one of them is the First Lady.
The chick from Lost. I liked her a lot. Oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, though she's a little bit older now, but back in the day.
No, it's got to be now.
Well, your list was you chose the 12-year-old girl from the superhero show movie. Well, it has to be now because
Yeah.
Bri chose a 53-year-old woman.
Yeah. Bri loves old
Fine.
women.
Oh yeah,
This has been
Okay.
clearly established throughout the lore of the show.
that's right.
Now I have to look up the hottest celebrity list to see if I can figure out.
Okay,
I can't think of
alright,
I can't think of anyone else.
We're
I
going to
don't
move
know.
on because
I would still put Megan Fox. I don't know. Eva Mendes, I would put up there.
great. What's your Mount Rushmore of sports people in history?
Okay. How many people on Mount Rushmore? 5?
4.
Or
You guys both knew that, huh?
Yeah.
how did you not?
Yeah,
I don't. How often do you stare at Mount Rushmore? Like, I would have easily, if you guys had said 5, I would have just gone with that also.
It's one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Wonders. It's a freaking thing carved into a rock. That actually, I think, my understanding is also like it was like something sacred to the Native Americans who are deeply offended by the existence of it.
Oh, they're offended by everything we do.
Yeah, because we killed them all off in mass genocide.
No, let it go. It was a couple hundred years ago.
Let it go. Let it go. Okay. So we're going to take 4 people from sports history. I will start. I guess I will choose Michael Jordan.
Well, this one's obvious. Larry Bird.
Yes. Are you sure? Hang on. No, Jay. We said not celebrity crush list, the Mount Rushmore.
I will go Wayne Gretzky.
I would put Gretzky on there also. Babe Ruth. I'm going to choose one from each of the sports.
Charles
Yeah,
Oakley.
And Jay apparently is just like choosing random basketball players he likes. And I would choose from football. I would choose. I mean, Tom Brady almost goes up there at this point for how amazing he's been. But I fucking not going to choose Tom Brady. So I'm just going to choose going with. Yes, I'm going to choose. I like to choose Barry Sanders as far as like guys I really like. That was a great running back, one of the greatest ever.
John Elway.
John Elway. I'll take Elway. I like that choice better. Okay, I'm done. I picked the four sports. With Jay, yeah.
Jay was doing his Knicks Mount Rushmore.
I picked John Elway.
Why Charles Oakley's on there?
Yeah.
What's your basis for Mount Rushmore?
Because he's as tall as a mountain. Is that why?
I'm talking about my favorite players, not like the best players.
Oh, so I guess Brian, I interpreted this question different than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my
Mount Rushmore is not our four favorite presidents.
Right. Well, I don't know. It could be.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nobody's favorite president is Teddy Roosevelt.
Well, I always thought when people ask what your Mount Rushmore of whatever is, it's your four favorite of something.
Well, Jay, you've been answering that question wrong all these years.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong about this. I'm pretty sure if we ever got feedback from the show, people would correct you.
Jay, go ask the old lady. See what she thinks.
Paul, I want you to comment under the episode thread. Let us know if it's favorite or best, because I feel like best would be easy. You just pick Jordan Elway. I mean Jordan.
Yeah, that's what we did
Gretzky.
Actually.
That's why it was that's why it was a silly question.
You should have built Mount Rushmore out of snow in front of that lady's house.
Maybe he did.
Okay, Jay, move on.
I'm going to add Don Mattingly to my...
Donnie Baseball.
Don Mattingly? You don't even like baseball and you're just picking an answer to offend the two Mets fans?
When I liked baseball, I was a Mattingly fan.
I need to choose the dude with back issues? Okay.
Jason writes, what happened with BitConnect and the people who lost thousands?
I don't know what happened.
BitConnect was an exchange, but it was always considered a pyramid scheme. So,
I had to, when you said that, I also had to think like Binance. I have my money in Binance.
The whole thing's a pyramid scheme. It's all gonna crash one day.
The whole thing is, I don't know what scheme you want to call it. The whole thing's bullshit.
It's some kind of elaborate money laundering scheme. That's all I know.
Obviously it's a way to pay terrorists and do lots of horrible things. It's the whole thing's bullshit though. There's no real value here.
For some reason, I just think all the money goes to Trump. I don't know why.
I love when everyone's like, well, fiat money doesn't have value. It has more value than this. This is really bullshit. You can make money in bullshit, but it is really bullshit.
Jason writes, I have a way to double your Litecoin. Just need your social security, bank account, and nude pics of your wife, and anything else private you have.
Cool. Did you already hit send, or?
Jason writes, Jason said he believes the government can't shut down crypto, so what happened in Texas with BitConnect? Nobody fucks with the IRS. BitConnect was an actual scam.
What was the scale? Like how? Like they weren't actually buying Bitcoin.
Right. The whole thing was sketchy. It was sketchy from the second it opened up.
I know the government has the Department of Justice gone after 3 different cryptocurrency services. I guess one of them might have been BitConnect, but there were 3 of them they recently went after.
Right.
And one of them they have not named what it is. So it could be Binance for all we fucking know.
Liam writes, why the F does Jason want a house? Look at Mark's complaints. Mark, what good things can you say about your house purchase? And would you have done it again or bought a large condo instead?
I mean, I like our neighborhood we're in. I like our school. Like, I'm glad we bought a house. Our kids are happy here. Like, there are a lot of good things about buying a house. So if I did not have kids, there is no way I would have bought a house. Like, I would have probably bought a condo or something like that. I think it's just silly to buy a house if you don't have kids. Unless you live in an area where that's the only choice, buying a house. But, like, you're taking on houses are expensive. Things go wrong with them. The benefit of the house is the space for the kids, not so you can, like, be distant from your neighbors.
Oh no, I'm all about distance from neighbors.
I really, Bri, do you
Yeah.
think Jay should buy a house? My argument is Jay has not fully thought this out, and that he does not need a house.
No, Jay's not very handy either, so
How big is your condo?
not very big. Like 1,100 square feet, maybe.
Okay, but for you
That's pretty
and your
big.
girl, and
It's
for your
perfect for me.
girlfriend, yeah,
Yeah.
like for you, that's a pretty big amount of space, and
Yeah.
for your girlfriend, like do you desire any more space? Like, there any like outside of like do you need any more space?
No, I don't need any more space here.
Yeah, my house about 2,000 square feet. I definitely, if it was just me, would not need all this space. But Jay, you want how much space do you want, Jay?
I don't need space in the house per se. I need space from neighbors.
Why
That's
can't
called
you
the
just find,
farm.
Why can't you just find a place with like get a good neighbor and like be done?
Like I like John from Random Ass Radio's deal. He's like a mile from his nearest neighbor.
Why don't you move there?
That's called the sticks.
Yeah, no. Why don't you move to the sticks? That way you like I'm legitimately asking. Like,
You can find places around here. My girlfriend lives. I mean, she's not like a mile from her house, but her house is set so far back from the road that you can't see the houses next to them.
Oh, that's so
next
nice.
to her. on each-
if
That's
you go
so nice.
upstate, I always see those the ads in like AM New York. If like you want to buy a house by like but in the Poconos, you could buy like a pretty nice house for $150,000, and it's probably not close to anything.
Well, in a couple of years when I'm a crypto millionaire, that's what I will be doing.
Well, I hope if you're a crypto millionaire, you're not buying that house in the Poconos for $150,000.
I will,
That'll be
but,
Jay's second house.
I will be
but, like-
buying a house nowhere near neighbors.
Right? When you have issues with your apartment or your condo, who
Yeah.
pays for it?
Depends. If it's something I like, either me or the condo association. It depends. It's rules about common ground and stuff like that. But
Do you think Jay should buy a house? Yes or no?
no.
Okay.
Liam writes, have you guys ever thought of franchising? I have a friend who owns one Papa John's pizza shop, and he does not do shit all day and lives a pretty good life. He employed like 10 Indians, and those guys live and breathe that pizza place.
Papa John's.
My I have my stepmother's brother who's now has passed away. He had a Cold Stone Creamery,
Mm-hmm.
which
Oh, yeah.
they were popular for a while, and it was when they were popular. And then he bought into another franchise. It was some kind of sandwich shop, and I forget the name of it. And that led him to declare bankruptcy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I feel like you have to get in and he wasn't doing that bad with the creamery, but then the second purchase really just like wiped him out. You have to like get in with the right, like I guess a Papa John's is a popular one at least.
The restaurants, there's just so many places to eat. Like I would never want to own a restaurant or invest in a restaurant because there's just so many options.
Yeah, it's like especially like New York City. Not that
Yeah.
you're gonna buy New York City. Like New York City, you'll be like, oh, that restaurant's really good, and then like a year later, it's gone.
Yeah.
Things are gone all the time in New York City, no matter how good they are. It seems like.
I think that's more because of rent, not because of business traffic, though.
Yeah, but I mean, in theory, you would have enough. Like, I don't know. There's just turnover.
But even here, like there's like a chain of like fancy restaurants like in the Hartford area, and like they're all owned by like the same person, and like 3 of them closed for like 3 months to like come like twice in the past 2 years to like completely like renovate and redo the thing, and it's like it's just unnecessary.
I feel like it's probably pretty tough to make a lot of money in like the. I guess you don't have to franchise food, but like the food industry is probably pretty tough.
Yeah.
But I feel like unless you're doing a national chain that's really popular, it's probably not a good idea to franchise.
Liam writes, how do you guys feel about doing cardio? Do you enjoy it or not?
Doing what?
Cardio.
Oh, cardio.
I
don't
like
do it.
I like running enough. Like I enjoy. Like it's not like wow, I'm having the most amazing time ever, but I do like running. And I don't like bike riding. Like I like it enough that it's more. I enjoy it enough while I do it.
I don't mind it. Actually, when I get a house, I want to like get a bike and start riding a bike.
It is cool to be able to like bike around a neighborhood without having like New York City traffic where you're just gonna die.
Exactly. I would never bike around here.
You have a lot of plans ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
For the house you're gonna buy. What about you, Bri?
I don't do a whole lot of cardio, so I mean, I wish I had a bike, but I would feel like I would never ride it because I have my dog, so I walk my dog. I wouldn't ride a bike because then he wouldn't get to walk. So,
Do you think your dog, if you like rode your bike slowly, could the dog keep up, or like?
he could probably pull me down the street.
Eros writes, will you guys see a tax cut or increase refund with new Trump plan?
I thought we all get tax cuts.
Not you, Mark. You're rich.
Yeah.
Oh no,
I
you
think,
get it. We don't.
Yeah, Mark's 1%.
I think generally everyone has a tax. I think the money, like, unless you have some really weird, like, I know they changed like the deductions, but I think you still actually get a tax cut. Because they said like and I hate the tax cut. I think it's stupid, but they said only like 5% of people are actually going to see an increase in taxes. Because once you factor in how much less you pay in your taxes versus how much the deductions, it's not going to change that much for most people.
Eros writes, will you guys make a Brink crypto coin?
I said we should do that.
I fucking would love to do that if I had any clue how to do it.
Yeah, we all want to. Nobody knows how to.
Well, I think Brian and I agree that like Jay should do it for us.
Yeah.
Brian, you're on board with that, right?
Oh yeah.
We can do a vote, Jay.
You're outvoted 2-1.
Let's see. I'm going to nominate Jay
Second.
to make the brick. Okay. Jay, do you mind?
All opposed?
What do
Nay.
you think? So here, Brian.
The ayes have it.
What is a better use of Jay's time for the rest of 2018? Would he be better used trying to make a Brink crypto coin, or would his time be better spent trying to pass the CPA?
I think each are kind of fruitless endeavors.
One could make him rich, and one could make him
Any others
depressed and
the
angry.
CPA test.
Yeah, exactly. And one can make him. I don't think it. Does the CPA in your mind, Jay? Is CPA ever going to make you rich?
I think it might make me live comfortably.
Yeah, well, that's totally fine. I mean, I think that I understand that's the goal, but would it ever make you rich?
There's a chance if I start my own
Okay.
practice.
Is there a better chance that Brink crypto does better or CPA does better?
Eros writes, what will Mark's advise his children to major in so his kids are not living with him in their 30s, especially since Mark wants more immigrants here, yet at the same time does not want to give corporations motivation to invest money here in the USA? Make America great again.
So this reminds me of an argument my wife and I have is about like majors in schools. I generally think unless our kids get to a really elite school, they should just go to state school. I think most private schools are a complete ripoff, and it's silly and stupid to have them to go to like when there are plenty of schools just as good that are state schools. It's one thing if you get into Harvard, we should figure out how to pay for you. But if you're getting into Jay, you went to a private school, right?
Are you talking about college?
College, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How much is your school? What school? You went to Northeastern, right?
Yeah, with Bry.
Yeah. I understand. I didn't know that. I could have said Jay and Brian. Sorry, Brian, I'm leaving you out. How much does Northeastern cost right now?
What is it
Right
like?
now, it's like
It's
double
the
what it was.
Yeah,
It's got to be
price-
like $20,000 a semester, right?
Probably.
It is the tuition. Holy shit! So this is for the academic calendar year. So this is for the full year. Tuition is $46,000. Fees are $933. I don't know why they can't be included in the tuition. And then room and board is an estimated another $15,000.
$62,000 a semester.
No, year.
A year. Jesus.
Yeah.
But it's a 5-year school, right? Or is it 4 now?
I better be fucking 1 year based on that price.
It was 5 when Brian and I went.
I think it's still 5, but I think they switched to semesters now instead of quarters.
Okay, so
I think.
Northeastern's a good school. Obviously a very good school.
So that's $300,000.
would you? Let's just say let's stick it at 4 years instead of 5 years. Just pretend it's 4 years because most schools are 4 years.
$250,000 still.
Yeah. Would you pay $250,000, or you have let your kid take out $250,000 in loans to go to college? Is that like worth it to go to a place like Northeastern? And it's a good school versus going to like Binghamton or just some state school. Basically, that's a good school.
I'd rather them go to a state school. College is such a scam.
I think it's such a scam. I can at least see the argument if it's a really elite school because then you get to like hang out with the really elite people, and that probably helps you in life.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I would, if it was a school they wanted to go to that had like a specialty, like, you know, a school that like if somebody wanted to be like if I had a daughter and she wanted to be a nurse and it was like a school that was like really like excellent in like nursing program, like that's different. But otherwise, yeah, I would definitely just stick with the state school.
well, let's just say it was like let's say you had to choose from she wanted to be a nurse. And the state school is going to be $10,000 a year for state, and you like it's a pretty good nursing program. And then the really good nursing program is $60,000 a year.
Just to show you how big of a scam this is, the stats for Northeastern: very high median salary 10 years after graduation is $61,700, which is still less than 1 year of their actual tuition, and that's 10 years after you graduate.
Wait, what? They say 10 years after you graduate, the average salary is $61,000?
And that's very high.
Where are you looking at? Like schools.absolutefuckingjoke.com? where are you looking? I
Googled Northeastern University tuition. It's the very first thing that came up.
Holy fuck.
So, yeah, it'll take you infinity years to pay off your debt.
I mean, you can never pay that debt off.
No, never.
So I basically have said, like, our kids, and we are going to do our best to pay for our kids' college. We're saving for it, and so probably we'll be able to pay for it, or hopefully we'll be able to pay for it. But still, I just don't think, like, you're teaching a poor values to your kid, telling them to go to some, like, if they tell me they want to go to Connecticut College, and that college is $60,000, and they're like, well, it's a great liberal arts school. I'll tell them, well, fucking, it's also, here's your first lesson in life. You don't go there. It's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
All college is, I mean, all any of that shit is just like a status thing. It's like, oh, where you going to school? I'm going to Northeastern. Ooh, like big deal.
Well, it's signaling to other people. Like it's your way of signaling to other people that I am this smart, or I am this elite, so I should get these jobs because of this. It's not what the education you get out of. I went to Cornell versus BU versus Northeastern. The education's not any different. Education out of Harvard's probably not that different.
No, it's all what you put in.
It's all you put in. Blah blah blah. They say like your major, as far as your future income, your major is much more important than what school you went to. Like, if you're an electrical engineer at, like, a state school, you probably have a much better career than, like, English major at Harvard.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is something we argue about, because my wife will be like, no, why do I even work if we're not going to, like, try to, like, send them, like, let them go where they want? Like, she just thinks I'm crazy about this. I'm being so cheap. And she's like, fine, they'll go to shit state school because you're being cheap. And so we have that argument a bunch. But so what advice would I give to my kids when they're living with me when in their 30s? I'll tell them, that's why you don't fucking become an English major at like some dumb private school. Thanks for making us both broke.
Rosero writes, why not rebrand Brink into a crypto podcast like Crypto Trump? I bet that would get hits, not to mention if people have money invested in it, that's all they want to hear.
I am totally fine with changing the name of the podcast to Crypto Trump right now.
Rosero writes, I was talking to my father and he told me he remembers being offered to buy Bitcoin for $16 and he remembers saying no because he thought it was too expensive and a scam. What opportunities have you guys missed in the past?
That's pretty bad. That sucks. One opportunity I missed out on was in October. I had a friend telling me all about Bitcoin and like Ethereum, but I didn't invest until 3 months later.
Interesting. It was actually August, but yeah.
Was it August? I thought you told us in October.
I bought mine in October.
So I could have bought it back in August if I was really. I wondered how far back it went to we should have listened to you. You got.
I bought my Ethereum in October and I got mine cheaper than Jay's.
Well, I remember Jay bought his Ethereum for 310, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, and then it dropped immediately to like two,
Yeah.
and then Bry got it at like 250 or 260. What did you
I
get
got
it
it.
at, Bry?
I got it at 280, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we were like kind of making fun of Jay because that's what we do. And then it shot up. And
Well, I started feeling guilty because I was like, I keep making fun of Jay and this thing's tanking. I should get in just so I won't feel so bad if it tanks.
I just thought it was going to tank. I got it at 680. And now that seems like a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever see anything below 800 again.
Nope. Why not? Because it was 800 to go like 2 weeks ago.
No, it went down to like 850. But that was
It
like
was-
a huge crash.
No, the drop for the day. It'll be another crash. Didn't you say that it drops 23 days before the Chinese New Year? You've researched this the last 5 years.
Yeah, and it crashed already.
Oh, is it already within 23 days?
No, it came a little early this year.
It'll probably crash again. It's going to keep crashing. We have to just buy every time it crashes.
You're not going to do that.
Oh, I am not going to. I'm the fucking risk adverse. There's no way I'm going to do that. But in theory, that's how I'd become rich.
That's what I did during the last crash. Bought 1,300 Cardano.
When you say, "Oh, it's this discount sale," I'm like, "Yeah, sucker. I'm not going to buy." Okay, yeah. But that's what you should. I think last crash, I think it went below like the low for the day. It may not. It was below 800. But anything else you guys have missed out on?
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Rosero writes, how will
I
crypto...
would say I did buy. I was serious stock back in 2000. I bought $1,000 worth of it in 2006, maybe. It was at $7 a share, and now 12 years later, it's at $5, and this is coming back from like 30 cents.
I remember, yeah, it was down to like a nickel. I remember.
Yeah, it went all the way down, and now it's working its way back up. When it's down to a nickel, I was like, well, what's even the fucking point of selling it? It's also in like, yeah. Go on.
I knew a guy who told me to buy AMD stock when it was $2.
I thought it was $11. I've been following AMD stock because you said that, but I thought it was at 11.
What's
It was,
AMD?
it was 2 when he told me. They do graphics cards processor.
Yeah, because I've been following that. Did you buy it at 11?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's 12 right now.
No, I bought it at 12. 12.52.
Okay, well then you're broken even.
So yeah, it's at like 12.62. Yeah, but he told me at $2, and I just didn't.
I bought some Apple stock back in like the summer, and it's been pretty much the exact same price since then.
You're good at buying at the all-time highs.
I'm really good at that. I know. I can really. I think my thing is that I will. I think I convinced my dad to invest money into the stock market right before it crashed in 2000.
Rosero writes, how will crypto end, or what huge event can happen to make it legit?
Okay, I think we did how it would end last time. What will happen to make it legit? Let's do that. Let's focus on that side.
I think if the stock market totally crashes, people will lose faith in that and put their money in crypto.
I say Drake endorses it.
Oh God!
What if you become a millionaire because Drake endorses it? Would you thank Drake?
No.
No.
I'd call it even for all the misery he's caused throughout the years.
Brian, any theories that will make it big?
No idea.
I really don't know what would like make one jump out of the other. Like, why would Cardano or anything else really jump out of the pack? I have no idea.
Technology.
Yeah, they all use technology, Jay. Could you use less like just buzzwords?
I'm not going to do your research for you.
You're not going to do research. The guy at work does research for you.
I'm not going to I do some of my own. I found Stellar.
The guy at work didn't find it?
I just want Tron to pick up to like $2.
That'd be pretty cool. I thought about buying Tron, but Tron's on Binance, right?
Yeah.
I think I tried to buy Tron with my like leftover Bitcoin, but I couldn't. I didn't have enough.
Yeah.
Should I invest in anything else, Jay? Should I put?
It's not worth anything. It's only 7 cents.
I know, but my theory was Jay's theory of like, if it's worth 7 cents. If it ever goes to $1, then I'll be rich.
I got 500 of it, so I hope it goes to $1.
Is there anything I should buy? Like how much? I should put another $100 in anything?
I mean, I would double down on Cardano.
Probably not gonna do that. Probably $100 somewhere else.
Try Chainlink or Verge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Rosero writes, guys, time flies. I remember I was 20 yesterday. Sometimes I wake up at 2 a.m. and watch The Office and just cry. Mark, just cry.
Brackets of how shitty that show was.
Declan writes, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay? And before
Nay.
he said, before you say no, because it's putting fruit on pizza, remember that no one has a problem with putting tomato all over their slice. Also, what movie are you most looking forward to seeing this year?
I'm gonna say I would no problem with the pineapple on the pizza.
I am a definitely nay on pineapple pizza.
I've no
Big
issue with
nay.
it. Sounds pretty good to me. I don't know a single movie coming out. What's coming out this year?
Yeah, I don't either.
I
Infinity
stopped
War.
watching. Okay, now you can explain what that is.
Avengers 3.
Oh, okay.
It's having it's gonna have 27 superheroes in it.
Oh, wow. Sounds awesome. What should I see first? Infinity War or Avengers 1?
Avengers 1.
Okay. The
Basically, the last 20 movies have been building up to this, and I read the comic, and it's based on a good story.
I told you I was on the train, and some guy like almost like jizzed in his pants because he saw like the trailer for it.
Yeah.
What else is coming out? Movies. 2018.
Oh, Pacific Rim 2.
That you're excited. I saw the preview for that. Why? I couldn't even believe that's being made.
The first one was awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
first one was really good.
They're coming out with. I remember reading a book for like school, A Wrinkle in Time. I remember it being a really bizarre book, and now they're making a movie out of it.
Oh, Ready Player One.
What's that? I saw a preview for that too. What is that?
Oh, I saw a trailer for that.
I read the book. Basically, it's in the future. There's like this incredible like
That's the virtual reality game one?
yeah, virtual reality
Sort of.
game, and so the guy who created it
Yeah.
left like a treasure in the virtual reality game.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that.
So like everyone's trying to like
So
figure
it's just
out
like
the secret.
Cannonball Run type thing. Like it's just like a. That's kind of cool. There is Rampage based on the video game.
It is, except
Really?
except The Rock is in it.
Why the fuck?
The Rock's in everything.
He is. He's
this
really
a-
overdoing it.
Is this a Predator reboot or just like a new Predator?
What are you talking about?
I'm looking at a list of movies that are coming out.
I didn't
coming
know
out.
there was a new Predator. Deadpool
Yeah.
2, I'm really looking forward to.
There's 50 Shades Freed. There is.
Mission Impossible 6.
I mean, I guess I'd have to say I'm not looking forward to movies ever coming out again.
Tomb Raider.
There's an untitled Cloverfield sequel.
Ooh, I like the first two.
There's a second one.
10
There's a first one?
10
The first one?
Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah, it was good. It was nothing like the other Cloverfield movie. It was like a psychological thriller.
Oh, because they had that on Amazon. I could download and watch it on the train. It's
Yeah, watch
worth
that.
watching.
Definitely.
Okay.
It's good.
I started. I know you guys haven't watched this show. I started watching Treme on the train.
Never heard
You
of
guys, Fry. You know
That's a
what?
black show, right?
Yeah.
Like New Orleans or something?
It's exactly. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the guy that the guy is one of the creators of The Wire, like David Simon. This was his next show was Treme. It's not as good as The Wire, but it's pretty. It seems like pretty like entertaining enough so far. It's interesting. You learn about like New Orleans right after Katrina. Good actors, good dialogue. It's not amazing so far. It's pretty good. I've had trouble finding something good. I think I'm gonna watch that, and then I want to watch The Americans.
Americans is good.
You really like that? A lot of
Yeah,
people
I
like
do.
that one. I guess I should watch that one also.
Jay, did you finish Mr. Robot? Is it worth watching?
I haven't watched another episode yet. I watched the
Thank you.
first 3 of season 3.
I watched
There's-
the first two. And
There's something called the Bumblebee movie.
That is the Bumblebee solo story of the Transformers franchise.
Oh,
They're
that
still
explains-
making fucking Transformer movies.
Holy fuck!
They have like 3 more planned.
I'll tell you my number one on the list of what I'm looking forward to. Peter Rabbit movie. That'll be probably better than anything else I see.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that wraps it up.
We have a couple of Twitter questions.
Oh, right. Do you have those?
Okay. Yeah, I got them right here. Jay writes, with 2 Ys, would love to hear you guys' thoughts on the XFL news announced today. Also, can you scroll past the porn subscriptions in your inbox and read my email from November 17th?
Oh, okay, that's where it came from. Okay.
XFL. So I saw this question beforehand. So XFL has announced that it's relaunching in 2020.
I mean, what better time than when the NFL's on a serious decline?
That's pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon said the difference is going to be there's none of the gimmicks. He said he's investing all his own money. There's no partnerships. He's investing $100 million of his own money. He apparently sold $100 million worth of stock. In his, I guess.
Yeah, I did that a while ago. I remember they were talking about that.
Yeah, and so
And they renewed all the trademarks and everything. So.
Yeah. So he's going to spend the next 2 years invest building this up and trying to come up with the. I don't know why it would do like he said the game's going to be faster, like it'll be 2 hours long as opposed to 3 hours long, which is beneficial. I don't know what else we could change though. I don't like.
I can't even watch football. There's so many. It's like commercials with football in between.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, like, but do you really think it's going to compete with the NFL?
No, I think he's going to lose all his money.
Yeah, I can't see how it really. At best, it could be like an NFL like minor league, like the way, like a niche audience thing, like the arena football.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I never understood is I've been saying this for years to people when I argue about like college athletes to getting paid and stuff. What they need to do is get a bunch of rich people like Vince and make a football league and pay the players, but have them any age. So like you could go from high school instead of going to college because everyone's like nobody
Right.
wants to be in college because they play for free. If somebody made a league that accepted college-age players where they got paid, then they could bypass all that NCAA bullshit, and they could have a workable league. And if Vince were smart, he would do something like that.
I agree. You know what you could even do? You could make it that like I guess the NCAA would screw you on this. I was thinking you're allowed to go back to play college football after if it's not working out, but I guess you can't because the NCAA is going to fuck you on it. But I agree completely. Like you should have. I always thought it's insane they don't pay college. Not that they don't pay college athletes. All the restrictions where they can't like accept like they can't make money off their name either. Is insane.
Yeah, because you could get enough college football players that don't want to be there, that just want to get paid to create 6 teams probably or however many you need.
Yeah, I mean, apparently it's going to start with 10 teams. Yeah, I mean, I guess basically if you said you could also guarantee if you play in this league, we'll pay every year in your league. We'll pay your tuition to college,
Yeah.
like as a part of your salary. I don't know. Yeah, Matt writes, would be good to hear your thoughts. What did you put this simple? Okay, anyway, good to hear from some of your thoughts on the new TV shows to watch other than Justified. Recently watched Power and The Sinner, both very good. Other suggestions? Cheers, guys. I've not watched either one of those shows, but I think I've heard of both of them. Maybe I should watch
I
one.
haven't watched them.
The Sinner, I think Jessica Biel's on that, who might be on my top 5 list.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Yeah. Power I have not watched, but if I could stream that on the train, maybe I would watch that. What other TV shows should we recommend?
I haven't watched the new show, and
I haven't either.
I watched Criminal. That's Criminal Minds. What's the show? Netflix. Mind Hunters. I'd recommend that one on Netflix. I thought that was really good.
yeah, I really have nothing to add. I haven't watched the new show in so long.
Well, there's nothing to be new. I just think he just wants other shows to recommend. Sons of Anarchy was really good. Jay, what are you watching now?
Almost nothing.
What are you devoting all your time to studying?
Yeah.
Is there nothing else you're really watching now?
I'm watching like Shark Tank and Hell's
Like Shark-
Kitchen and like a couple things like that.
You should watch Sons of Anarchy. It's a fun show.
Yeah, that and what is that Western show on HBO?
No.
Deadwood.
No.
Deadwood.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Deadwood. I thought you were gonna say the.
that's coming back.
No, Deadwood's coming back or Western?
Yeah, supposedly it's coming back.
Did you watch that, Bri?
No, I never did.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be good. I never watched it. It's one of the ones I should watch.
Yeah.
I've heard Vikings is good, and that I should watch that one.
I see a lot of people talking about that, but
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's on.
It was on the History Channel, but it may or may not be over. But you could there's like 7 seasons of it. It's on Amazon Prime if you want to stream it. What
okay.
Right? What are you watching?
I don't watch anything. I don't even put my TV on half the time. I haven't watched anything recently. I swear to God, I haven't watched anything recently.
What's the last thing you
deleted.
watched?
I deleted like all the shit off my DVR, like all the shows that I had like set to record. I was like, I don't care about this show. I don't care about this show anymore.
Oh,
And-
you know what I'm watching actually? It's really good right now. Is Shameless. I am a huge fan of Shameless. That I'd recommend highly. Have you guys watched Shameless?
I never have.
It's a really good show. I mean, it's not like it's a
Been
really
on forever.
yeah. It's really entertaining, and this season's been a very good season. Like it's just like the story always moves forward pretty fast. Like it's a good show. Like it's not one of the things where you're like, oh, greatest show ever. But if you just want to be highly entertained, it's a highly entertaining show. I'd recommend that very highly. That's my recommendation. Definitely, like the storyline always it never gets boring. They always move the thing forward. There's always interesting things going on. It's well written. Andrew writes, can you update listeners about the whole Tommy D charity situation from the end of last year?
Oh God.
Well, Tommy D may or may not be contributing money to charity. What he is definitely doing is spending hours a day fighting with people on Twitter every day.
Well, he finally responded, and he came up with 2 charities that he donated to that didn't exist at the time of us asking him about the question.
Oh, yeah. So, we asked him what the charity. He claimed there was charities. And then he said one of them was Carmelo Anthony Houston Relief. And so I said to Jay, we asked him about this prior to the hurricane in Houston, so I'm not sure what charity he was talking about for that one. And there was another one
I thought he had you guys blocked.
we were blocked on he unblocked us just to argue with us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
And then
someone
he blocked us again.
Andrew, I think, was
That's
asked him
lame.
about it. And he finally answered Andrew, and then Andrew posted to us, and then Tommy, who probably has other accounts that follows us and anyone else, saw that, and then unblocked us just to argue with us.
He unblocked us, said we're horrible people, made some comments about being horrible, but didn't directly mention us. He just wrote some people really are horrible people, and then he blocked us again.
I do like how some people there are some people that troll him that every once in a while will include 10 different Twitter accounts, including ours, pointing out the things that he said that now make no sense.
It's great. I love when they do that.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that. Last question. Andrew writes, because the guerrilla marketing with the Knicks pens is taking the world by storm, how long till Brink pens? Andrew, that is an amazing question. Thank you, Andrew. Jay?
Say don't hold your breath for... I'll tell you what. I'll get Brink pens when we sell out of Brink shirts that I bought in 2011.
What do you have? 1 left?
I think we're down to 3.
Oh.
Never-ending goddamn supply of shirts.
By the way, the Knicks are playing, aren't they?
Yeah. They let up 73 at the half.
Oh, I didn't even... I totally forgot till just now that they were playing. Okay. Anything else? They're not up anymore.
I think that's about it. You guys have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Who you got in the Super Bowl?
I want them both to lose.
I hope that happens, Jay.
Patriots by 3, like always.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back sometime
Someday.
soon. Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye.